This time on Police 24/7. Training gets tough for 62 new recruits for South Wales Police.
Get back! Get back!
Response officers are called to an assault on a paramedic.
I threw about 6 punches, and I mean, it wasn't minimal effort. It was,
okay.
You know.
And roads policing officer Tony Rees overcomes a language barrier.
L'Agnelli.
Llanelli.
L'Agnelli.
Yeah, Llanelli will do, yeah.
This is a week in the life of the largest police force in Wales. 7 days of action with the cops on the street and the criminals they try to beat. This is Police 24/7. From the valleys to the coast, South Wales Police cover thousands of miles of roads. Swansea is one of its busiest areas.
Yeah, Schoolie, where are you, mate?
Yeah, eastbound 45 to 44 if you want to attend, mate. It looks like maybe an extraction by the fire service.
En route to this emergency is traffic cop Tony Rees, who's been patrolling this patch for nearly 30 years.
There's a report of an accident on the M4 at near junction 45 at Morriston. Somebody's trapped, I say trapped in a vehicle, but stuck in the vehicle with some injuries, and it appears the fire service are going to attend to cut them out, so we may have to close part of the motorway, if not all of the motorway now. So we'll find out when we get there now. I'm approaching Landarcy now, stuck in traffic. I'm trying my best.
2 cars are involved in the crash, and the emergency services are concerned that the driver of one could have neck injuries.
There's no reading now, 162.
Saturation still 100%, yeah? Have you taken the details of the Audis right yet?
No, you can't move in the car.
So I'll take these off the 2 boys here then.
Once he gets put in the ambulance, I'll take the details of him in the ambulance, all right?
As the fire service work to free the trapped driver, Tony has to keep the rush hour traffic moving safely.
Come on. Look at the road. Look at the road. That's right. Yeah. Come on. Look at the road. Come on. Let's go. The build-up of traffic is around the bend and out of sight. And a lot of that is down to people driving so slow, completely unnecessarily, too busy nosing at what's going on here. This is why we end up with so many collisions at the scenes.
As the injured man is successfully cut out of his vehicle, Officer Rees is off to see the other driver involved in the incident.
It's a bit scary, you know. The only thing I can explain, he T-boned, he went one way, I rammed on the brakes, and then I straightened up and slid in across the hard shoulder and into the barrier. I felt myself lift up in the air, and that's where I hurt my back. I thought it was brown bread then.
As the injured are taken off to hospital, Officer Rees has to get the damaged vehicles off the M4 before he can continue his patrol.
OK, just to advise you, there's a crash barrier damage at finger post 303/5. If you could advise the Highways Department on that, please.
South Wales Police Force has almost 3,000 officers on its books. Recently, it's had its biggest ever intake of recruits in the last 10 years.
Great! Patient!
Here at headquarters in Bridgend, 62 men and women are going through 12 tough weeks of basic training.
OK, this is midway through the course. We're expecting some improvements for those of you who've been given feedback previously, OK?
At today's parade, standards are high.
Only slight criticism, a bit too much makeup. Don't forget with that 2 fingers in there, in line with the bridge, you know, right? Good shoes. Hooray! Dismissed!
But it's not just about looking the part.
Get back! Get back!
The recruits also have to prepare for the physical challenges they'll soon face on the streets of South Wales.
In we go then, guys. Oh, obviously finish up what you're doing, yeah? No problem. Yeah, don't leave her there. Don't leave her there. And up in the sky.
Officer Mark Bateman will be pushing them hard and making sure everyone's up to the job.
Get hold of the other shoulder as well. Keep control. Steps for safety training. So we're just looking to consolidate all the stuff they've learned throughout the week, really.
Get down, get down, get down to the side. Slide me back, all the way to the side.
Hand over, grab the wrist. Bring the wrist round. Elbow in. Down, get down!
Get down, get down, get down on your stomach, put your hand down to the side.
It's just good fun. Obviously, we're with our mates now when we're out there. It'll be a bit different, but yeah, it's great.
Down, 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 down. I can't wait. A couple of weeks we'll be out there and yeah, give an opportunity to actually put this into practice, which is good. I'll let you know when someone hits me how it feels, shall I?
Time for the training to move up a gear. Police officers can be targets for violence, so learning how to deal with it is crucial. As rookie Lauren takes a tumble, she learns a valuable lesson.
There's nothing quite like hitting the deck in front of your entire team, but yeah, good fun. I'd like to do it again, just to like rectify the mistakes. I was going backwards, I should have been going sideways. I like to think I've learned from that.
If we train for the sort of worst case scenario, then hopefully they'll be prepared for that then, really. Not one of them shied away from it today. And we can't, can we, as police officers? We've got to be seen to step up when needed. Like, I'm going to go and get a defib up here. It's in.
Roads policing officers specialise in tracking down the criminals who are on the move. At their team office in Llansamlet, Danielle Matthews is on the early shift with long-serving traffic cop Tony Rees.
What happened in the course, Doris? Did you pass?
Yes.
Well done.
Really enjoyed.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really good.
Yeah. It is hard work.
Yeah.
Were you tired at the end of it?
Yeah.
After 7 years in the force, PC Matthews has just completed the final stage of her specialist driver training.
The last 2 weeks I've been doing a pursuit and TPAC course, or tactical pursuit and containment course. I'm ready now. I've done all my driving grades, so it's nice.
It's not long before Officer Matthews gets her first shout of the day. A suspected stolen car.
So we're looking for silver or grey Vauxhall Vectra. So we're just contacting the force that it's been stolen from to make sure that it is still outstanding and it hasn't been recovered. Fingers crossed we'll come across it now. Tony is making his way up. Ed is at junction 43, which is Llandarcy. So, you know, we should, in all fairness, we've got it cornered pretty quickly.
The suspected car comes into view.
Stand by, stand by, stand by. I've got eyeball on the vehicle.
PC Matthews prepares to put her recent training into action.
WS, if you are receiving, my intention will be to stop this vehicle using a preemptive tactic. Obviously, with the availability of Tango Whiskey 5-6 and 5-4. Tango Whiskey 5-2, it's a left, left, left. Descending the off slip, junction 44. Current speed 5050. The units, if you're in position, we look to do it further on ahead of up Birchgrove Road, correct?
Officer Matthews is taking the lead and positions the rest of the team.
Just looking for a suitable place now for me to actually get ahead of this vehicle. Yeah, you move forward, move forward. Box, box, box. WS vehicle, stop, stop, stop.
The driver is surrounded and quickly arrested.
What's your name?
Paul.
Okay.
Daniel's first TPAC actually was qualified yesterday, I think, or the day before. So thrown in the deep end and she did really well.
In the custody suite, PC Matthews can't wait to share her news.
Go and speak to the custody sergeant now. What are the chances, Sarge? Passed my TPAC course yesterday.
Yeah.
2 hours into my shift, I got my first TPAC job.
Yeah. Excellent.
Only my luck.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
And did it work?
Yes.
Excellent, there we are.
I was expecting to wait a little bit more than 2 hours, mind, but glad it's done.
Did the nerves kick in?
Yeah, they were contained though. Didn't expect it to be today, but it was, and we did it. So.
It's just the twat, is it?
Yes, yeah. And you haven't got a licence.
The driver, Paul Paget, was fined £110 for driving without a licence and no insurance. The offence of taking a vehicle without consent was dropped. Each year, South Wales officers make around 35,000 arrests. Learning this skill is an essential part of police training.
Yeah, can you attend, please, at the Waterton rugby field? We've had a report, 2 persons acting suspiciously. Please, get up there, get up there.
Today is a tough test for the recruits. They will be expected to detain the suspect.
Stop, stay where you are.
Hey, keep it in.
And trainer Mark Bateman is watching their every move.
Right, knuckles together and 20 fingers.
First thing, what did you say? So I heard you about 3 times. What did you scream at him?
Stop, please.
Yeah, you were loving now, now.
I was.
Yeah,
I did do it last
please.
time, so made up for it.
In the waiting room, the recruits have no idea of what to expect. But former police community support officer Martin David is feeling confident.
Got more background in the police. I was a special constable for 7 years, in PCS over 3. Although I've got experience, it's still different every time, isn't it?
Now, it's Martin's turn to make an arrest.
Keep your hands where I can see them. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir.
Okay.
Stand where you are. Stay there.
Right?
Look away from me. Stay there.
Right?
I'm going to talk to you. You're going to talk to me.
Yeah,
Are you going to talk to me?
Right? Cool down, because you're in my face all the time, innit?
Right, I'm going to cool down. I'm going to cool down, sir.
Cool down,
All I'm asking is for you to cool down.
Right? How's it past, right?
Sir, I'm talking now.
You can't.
Listen, you listen to me. You don't talk. I will shout.
You are shouting at me. Don't shout at me, all right?
I'm not shouting at you, sir. Turn around. Right, at this point, sir, I'm arresting you. Possession of drugs under Section 5 of the Misuse of Drugs Act 1971, okay?
How do you think it went? How do you think you conducted it?
I personally think it went all right. I mean, there's bits I could have improved on, definitely. I think I got control quite well. I kept my distance.
What you're doing at the moment is going to rub people up the wrong way, okay? Because even though you're saying calm down, it's not what's coming out. Calm down, sir, do it now! I'm calm, you be calm! That's not calming someone down. That is winding him up. And you continually shouted at him throughout.
It's the difficulty is getting across assertiveness with loudness. I like to try and be assertive, which is important within the role of a police officer, but it's bringing it down a level. But yeah, I think anyone who knows me will say I'm naturally quite loud.
I know role plays is a bit harder with safety because obviously you know it's...
Back in the classroom, the recruits watch their performances on the screen.
Here we go. I'm watching this then.
Once again, the spotlight is on Martin.
Give me your hand. Stay where you are. I told you to stay where you were, right? Let go. Move your hands away from me. Don't go away from me. Wait. Good. Stand me back. I'm going to get you. Right.
It's just a downward spiral from here.
I'm asking you, my safety, just to clarify. Okay?
Matt, talk us through it, pal. Talk us through it. Good points. There's good points in there as well. Good points and bad points.
I always thought it was better than the feedback I had, if I'm honest.
Okay. You thought it was amazing, did you?
No, far from it. I think I agree. It's always been pointed out that I speak loud. I do. I do. Obviously, it's constructive feedback.
What was the other guy doing? He was mimicking it, wasn't he? And as Martin was getting louder, he was shouting, and it just turned into a massive shouting match for 10 minutes. Oh gosh, he doesn't like a bit of feedback, this one, does he? No one likes making mistakes today, but you know, as long as he has a little reflect tonight now, hopefully he'll be okay.
When the recruits complete their training, many of them will be deployed as response officers, working shifts, answering emergency calls. Tonight in Swansea, PC's Jamal Ali and Tony Phipps are on duty.
Lucky you're driving, Tone.
Aye, good job I'm driving.
Or I've driven to the SA1 and I'll be like, where's the field recorder? Well done.
Thank you for that.
Top man.
It's not long into their night shift when the first emergency call comes in.
Can we have urgent assistance, please? One of our crew members has been assaulted. He's just activated his emergency alarm.
A paramedic has gone to an address in the SA1 area. It's a report at the moment that he's been assaulted at the address. So we're going there now just to make sure he's all right and then find out what's happened.
And like, us. You know, if somebody's abusive or threatening to us, we can arrest them, can we? But paramedics haven't got that power, unfortunately. So when things do go a bit belly up, they have to contact us.
We managed to sit him up.
Yeah.
But as soon as we go to try and move him, he's just fighting us.
Up you get.
But I'm making a complaint against him anyway for assaulting me.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, he threw about 6 punches, and I mean, it wasn't minimal effort. It was,
okay.
you know.
He knew exactly what he was doing, who I was.
Strong old boy.
Yeah.
You know, we identified ourselves to him. We tried getting him up, and he just started swinging.
The team can now take the man off to hospital for examination. Assaults and violence against the emergency services is on the increase, as Officer Phipps has observed.
I see neither of those two are injured tonight, but it has happened in the past when they have been injured. And it happens as well to nursing staff in A&E as well. They will get assaulted sometimes. Or, you know, verbally abused and threatened. And it's something they can do without, isn't it?
Last year, Welsh emergency workers reported over 350 violent and abusive incidents. Tonight, paramedic Christopher Collins is one of them.
He allowed us to do a few of our obs without any problems. But as soon as we started to move him off the settee into a wheelchair, he started to become aggressive towards us, and then he started punching, and I received several punches to my left arm and the left side of my ribs. We get verbally abused on a daily basis, but physically abused, we are finding more that, you know, that it is coming into it, and we are having to call police back up on a lot more occasions because of the, you know, the physical abuse that we are starting to see more of.
We'll be taking statements of the paramedics tonight. When he's fit to be released from hospital, then he'll be going straight to custody, where he'll be dealt with for the assault in the paramedics.
The suspect was later questioned about the assault and received a police caution, as it was his first offence. Every week, South Wales Police deal with more than 150 incidents relating to domestic violence, and attacks are on the increase. So training its future officers how to handle these difficult situations is important.
When you're dealing with this incident, make sure that as you're dealing with it, that you get enough details to investigate it properly, yeah? I'll see you down there. Cheers, guys. Domestic violence practical day today. So, yeah, today now is the big day. Let's see if they put everything that I've told them at the start of the week into practice and see if they can come out on top on this one.
Yeah, show's code 5. But we've still got the RP landline on this.
In his last exercise, Martin received feedback for being too confrontational. So this time, it's his opportunity to get it right.
He's nervous, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, he is a little bit nervous. I just want to see him trying to calm the situation down and see him calm down as well.
Open the door, sir, now. Open the door, sir, we're going to be putting it in. Open the door. Thank you very much. Right, what's been going on?
So she's just gone off her head, so I mean,
I'll calm her down, sir. I'll calm her down, yeah. I appreciate that, sir. Do you want to come with me a second, is that right?
If I take some details off you, just so I can find out a bit more about what's been going on.
Hurry up. Sir? Yeah, no, sir, do me a favour, bring it down a little. Yeah, but I've been here now enough time, like.
I'm not going to argue with you, okay? I'm not here to argue with you, okay? I'm here to just deal with the situation adequately and make sure you're okay and that she's okay. That's my priority, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can appreciate that.
Yeah.
She's your partner, isn't she?
And it's just, you know, for your safety and the baby, we want to make sure everything's all right. That's fab, thanks. Just going to have a chat with my colleague now, all right?
Sir,
don't tell me anything, right?
Sir, stay there. Stay back, exactly as I've told you. Stay back, exactly as I've told you. Sit there and stay there, okay? I've asked you nicely, I've told you to stay where you are. Are you going to do that? Are you going to do as I ask?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. If you don't do that again, I'm going to have to handcuff you, okay, sir?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Checkmate, checkmate. Well done, guys. Come on, let's have a chat. So, from your point of view, Mark, massive improvement. Yeah. Honestly, it was 100 times better. You not only showed me that you can still escalate it, you can still you know, shout and tell the person to cool down if you need to. Yeah. You also brought it back down then every single time, didn't you?
I think from experience I wanted to focus on that, so that was a key learning for me. So.
It was brilliant. You came across really well, and he actually said that. Awesome, well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
How did you feel?
Yeah, really well.
Yeah.
I think after the other day when obviously I had a few issues, and I think today I think I put everything into practice, and I think with a good partner as well to do it with, and it was good. So yeah, they seemed happy with it, so I think we are. So it's all about the learning, it.
It's good learning.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
The M4 motorway, the busiest road in the South Wales police area. Every day, thousands of lorries clock up the miles, 24/7. And as a former trucker himself, Roads Policing Officer Tony Rees takes a keen interest in their activities on his patch.
We do stop foreign vehicles on quite a regular basis. And obviously we look in the back of them because with the immigrant crisis that's currently ongoing, it's a political hot potato at the moment. And for sure we've had illegal immigrants jumping out of lorries at service stations in our force area. There's a truck alongside us now, so we're just going to pull him into the services now at Swansea West, and we'll go through a few checks with the driver in the services.
With the lorry safe from motorway traffic, Officer Rees needs to find out the driver's nationality.
Hello, you speak English? No. None, nil. Okay, your documents first, insurance, paperwork? Paperwork.
Documents.
Your documents and insurance. Lorry insurance. In situations like this where there's a foreign lorry driver and they have difficulty understanding what I'm asking him to do, we ring what's called language line, whereby we would ring them up and ask them for a particular language for an interpreter. Yes, that's right, yes.
Having discovered that the driver is from Romania, PC Rees gets language line on the phone to help translate.
So ask him what is he carrying and what is his destination, please, okay?
Alo. Acum nu transport nimic. Drum spre încărcare. Chiar acum. Lanele.
Llanelli.
Lanele.
Yeah, Llanelli will do, yeah.
I-am arătat-o.
Can you ask him to open the rear doors of his truck for me to have a look, please? You okay to stay on the line for a minute? Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Problem, yeah. I want you to ask him to print out his tachograph chart for today, please.
What PC Rees does uncover is a problem with the driver's tachograph. He's driven for too many hours without the correct brake.
He has committed an offence by driving without taking his daily rest. So what he's being now, he's being prohibited from moving now. I know he's going to stay here for 11 hours, he's going to have a break. He's only going to Llanelli down the road, which is probably 20 minutes drive from here, but he's free to do that after 6 o'clock in the morning now.
After nearly 30 years on the job, Officer Tony Rees has witnessed a lot of transformations in the police force.
Lots and lots of changes, especially advancements in technology. That's probably been the biggest thing for me, I think, computer things, and a lot of it, I must admit, is over my head and I don't really understand it, so I'm not a dinosaur, but not far off.
Back at the training school, it's a new day and a new challenge for the next generation.
Good morning. How's everyone this morning?
Putting the recruits through their paces today is Officer Baz Narbad.
Okay, so what are the languages that they're saying they want people to know? There were two things I really wanted to do. One was be a police officer. Unfortunately, at the time when I left school, they had a height restriction. So being a bit vertically challenged, I couldn't get in. My other aspiration was to be a teacher. So of course, when they dropped the height restriction, I got into the police, and with the training, it's kind of combining both of my ideal jobs, really. Okay, well, enjoy it. Yeah, let's learn from it, and we'll see you when we call you. Okay, guys?
In today's role play, everyone will be assessed on how they deal with a reported theft. Former retail worker Danielle Turner is up next.
I always try to relax before them and try not to think about it, because if I get panicked, I forget everything then.
So you're panicked, Dan? So you thinking about it now, or you just...
No, I don't think about it until I start walking there. Hello, I'm PC Turner, this is PC Mason. You okay?
Yeah, no, not really.
What's happened?
Bag's been taken out of my car.
And is it just the bag that's been taken, or is there anything else?
No, just the bag was gone.
Okay, and what's the bag look like?
It is a briefcase bag. In fact, there he is. That's him. That's him.
Okay.
Yeah, come get
Stay
him.
here now.
Excuse me? Can you stop there, please? Yeah, can you just stop her there?
What's the matter?
We need you to stop now.
I've done it. What's the matter?
Right.
What's the matter?
I'm going to search you under section 1 of pace, okay? Put your arms in the lower of your back, knuckles touching, okay? Okay, I'm going to come up to the side of you now and start searching you, okay? Can you just put your hands like this so I can hold them both? That's great, thank you. PC Mason has found a bag, and we do also have a description of you, and we've got a witness stating it is you, okay? So I am going to arrest you on suspicion of theft of a motor vehicle. I'd like to remind you that you are under caution. Do you have any reply to the caution?
Yeah. It's not me.
Okay, and relax. Okay, Danny, Beth, okay. How do you feel that went?
I think I should have arrested him straight away.
Okay, so what were your thought processes?
I was just thinking, in case it wasn't him.
I was quite definite. I went, that's him. I said, go and get him.
Yeah.
Could
So
you
what-
get any
yeah.
more positive than that?
You can't.
No.
That, you know,
As soon as I stopped him and started searching him, I was like, I should have arrested him.
big learning from this is, if you've got the grounds, arrest straight away. Well done. Okay, off you go, and pass on your radio. Well done.
How was it?
Yeah, it went okay. I knew I made the mistake straight away. I was like, why haven't I arrested him? But I'd already started searching him then, so I thought I may as well just carry on and then arrest him.
They're a good bunch, yeah, definitely. To see the change in the 12 weeks from day one when they're nervous, they don't quite know what they're doing, to the very last week when they're very confident and pretty much ready to go out.
12 weeks ago, 62 recruits began their training. Now they are fully fledged officers joining the ranks of South Wales Police. PC Martin David is working in Pontypridd with a response team, and he has made his first domestic violence arrest. Officer Danielle Turner is on patrol in Swansea city centre, also with the response team. It's her ambition to secure a role in child protection in her future with the force. Next time on Police 24/7.
What's happening?
In Swansea city centre, a homeless person causes concern for the constables on the street.
Can't leave you alone because you're vulnerable hands.
Oh, I'm vulnerable. Yeah, that's why you smashed it.
The neighbourhood team are on playtime patrol in Mumbles.
You got it on backwards, son. Can you put it on the other way?
And investigating officer Dale Davis is on the case of a nasty assault.
This has happened in a nightclub in Swansea, which, as Tom Jones will tell you, it's not unusual.
And the series concludes at 8:30 Friday evening here on BBC One Wales. Up next tonight, fancy a good laugh? It's Peter Kay's Comedy Shuffle.